educators, and students support the district motto, high expectations are meaningless without rich opportunities.
Yeah. So one of the things that we have found, you have to remember about our district, we are a very high poverty district and we are a high minority district. In simply looking at statistics, that's all I'm talking about now. I'm not making any statements about any particular individual, I'm talking about statistics. When you have those high percentages of those groups, there's a tendency to think not proficient. Right? And it's just the opposite in our district. And it's just the opposite in our district because we have come to understand a couple of things about students, especially students from poverty. Students from poverty, most individuals have a thinking that they don't want to get involved in education or they don't care about education because they come from homes of poverty. The fact of the matter is, and we've demonstrated this for 13 years now, those kids want everything every other student wants. They don't have access to it because they don't live in the right environments and they don't have money to do things that virtually all these other people have money to do. So when we started a number of years ago to drive improvement, we had to identify our kids, and our kids, the issue with our kids and their performance had everything statistically to do with poverty, not ethnicity or other issues. So we tried to build out the look and feel of poverty. So where I'm heading with this question is that we do believe that if we were going to tell these kids that we have these high expectations for them to be producing at the same levels as any suburban school district and not put our money where our mouth is about making sure they had the opportunities. And remember, because they come from a home of poverty, those opportunities have to be free to them because they don't have the money to participate. Then the whole notion or the whole comment about high expectations is meaningless unless you have these rich opportunities. And those rich opportunities have to be at no cost to the student, which we do here. The irony of this is that once we started that, erasing the look and feel of poverty and making sure that all of the kids had opportunities to meet high expectations, because it wasn't going to be, there was not going to be any blockers in there financially for them. All of these kids now are performing at the levels of every other student, right? Mm-hmm. And I find it all interesting that there's all this belief system out there, and the fact of the matter is nobody really tried to study the kids of poverty to find out, well, you know, my mom or my dad has always told me not to even get close to asking about participating because there's a dollar amount associated with that and we don't have those money. They're too embarrassed. So they don't ask a question, therefore they don't get engaged. So the perception is, well, they're not engaged because they're those kids. No, they're not engaged because they don't have money. So if you give them the opportunities, which we do here, and we make sure that those opportunities are free, such as participating in sports, participating in music, we buy the instruments, we give them participating in college, we pay for their college courses here. What happens? They respond just like any other student. And that's why our graduation numbers are up. That's why our participation in college courses are up. And that's why in biomedicine program, it's one of our largest academies. And the kids are doing quite well, thank you, right? So the concept of, or the motto that we have here, one of them, which is you can't have high expectations without rich opportunities, is a truism. And we add a little bit more to that, which is those opportunities not only have to be rich, they have to be paid for so there's no issues for those kids.